Okay, we're finishing up the book here, Prevent and Reverse Obesity by me, Pete Rogers. If you're following in the book, we're on page 94. We're going to go through the dietary 20 commandments, and we're going to talk here about, the book's about how to lose weight, so how to lose weight. So number one, don't eat meat. Meat is very high in fat. The more calories from fat, the fatter you get. It's a very high caloric density, about 4 calories per gram. Thou shalt not eat dairy. Dairy makes you fat. I mean, the purpose of dairy is to help a cow gain weight, from 0 to 600 pounds in a year or so. That makes you fat. Lots of activation and growth factors. They give them a lot of estrogenic material. So the cat is a fat storage hormone. Promotes obesity. Activates mTOR a lot. Insulin-like growth factor a lot. Thou shalt not eat UPFs, ultra-processed foods. They're designed to make you, they're hyper-palatable, these ultra-processed foods, with the bliss point arrived at by lots of MSG, MFG, manufactured-free glutamate, lots of sodium, other flavorants. Often they're fried. There's other emulsifier chemicals, and they want it hyper-palatable. They test it out so that people eat as much as possible, and they overeat the substance. Salt added also gets people to overeat. Same with MSG. Artificial sweeteners are all harmful. You want to avoid every single one of them. Fried foods, they taste good, but they're terrible for your health. They generate all the toxic aldehydes, hydroxynonenal. They make you fat and sick. They damage the arcuate nucleus, hunger center in your brain. Bad idea. All oils are bad, including olive oil, including omega-3. All oils are bad. Don't eat them. Thou shalt not drink caffeine. Caffeine raises the stress hormones, catecholamines and cortisol. Those cause weight gain. They cause hyperlipidemia. They increase your risk of diabetes. They're atherogenic. Increase insulin resistance. Okay, cause insomnia. That leads to weight gain, chronic insomnia. Don't add dressing to your salad, and you'll look better undressed. Okay, almost all salad dressings tend to have oil in them. Okay, thou shalt only eat organic food. The reason you want to eat organic food is, on the non-organic food, it's often GMO, has who knows what kind of health problems from that. But it's routinely sprayed with glyphosate, which causes increased risk of fatty liver, diabetes, neurotoxic, increases risk of leaky gut. So you get postprandial endotoxemia. It's all bad. Atrazine's super powerful, feminizing, turns the male frog into female frog. It's a mitochondrial inhibitor. Glyphosate's a mitochondrial inhibitor too. Boo, hiss, lowers your metabolic rate, increases your likelihood of weight gain probably. Not a good idea. Only eat single ingredient foods. They can add an additional ingredient to the second food. Thou shalt filter thine water, because in the water, if you don't filter, you got all these estrogenic chemicals that promote weight gain, not to mention the toxins of fluoride and other toxins like aluminum in there. They're neurotoxic. They increase risk of leaky gut, lower your fertility, and there's a whole bunch of other estrogenic chemicals. You don't even know the names of them. You need at least a carbon filter to get rid of the estrogenics. Okay. What else? Even like a woman's birth control pills, she avoids them into the toilet. They go into the waterway. They don't remove them. They could be in your drinking water. Not good. Thou shalt try to minimize dietary protein, especially animal protein, but it's good to eat a low-protein diet in general. That'll cause what's called a carbohydrate-sparing effect. That'll help you to lose weight as well. You can see the James Mitchell, Harvard PhD guy, lecture over at Wilhelmine Buchinger Clinic where he talks about that. It's good to eat your veggies first at the beginning of the meal. They stretch your stomach, causing early satisfaction of hunger, and that'll get you to eat less. And Chef AJ was big on saying that. Eat your veggies first, and she's right. Thou shalt only eat starches, fruits, and veggies. That's all you need. Those are the foods at the bottom of the Spartan vegan pyramid. That's the foundation of all the low-fat vegan diets. You'll see that with the Esselstyn diet. You'll see that with the Pritikin diet. You'll see that with the McDougall diet, the Nelson diet, whatever. It's all about the same thing. The only supplement you're going to need is vitamin B12, methylcobalamin. You should exercise every day. At least walk. Just do whatever little thing you can. Go to the far bathroom. Park far at work. Go up the stairs instead of the elevator. Put some books in your backpack so you carry heavy books up. Don't carry that on your shoulders because you might injure your vertebral artery, cause a vertebral artery dissection and a stroke. Just carry your backpack in front of you. Try to go to sleep on time. Usually going to bed earlier is a key thing for getting more sleep. Exercising in the day builds up sleep drive so you sleep better. Get some sunshine every day for your circadian rhythms, for your nitric oxide precursors, and for all kinds of other things. Helps sulfate your glycocalyx, and it's even thought by some that the light, including the red light component, fluidizes the water inside the mitochondrial matrix around ATP synthase. And maybe it does by causing a phase change from the liquid, the gel phase of water, which is phase 4 of water, to the liquid phase. Okay, we'll talk about that more in the future. Manage thine stress. Having a strong purpose in life helps you to handle stress. Exercise helps you to handle stress. The major religions help people to handle stress. I forgot to mention vitamin D is a benefit you get from sunshine. Better to get it from the sun than from a pill. Okay, yeah, that strong sense of purpose is really good, and I like the Schopenhauer philosophy of happiness. What he basically says is, forget about trying to chase happiness because it will elude you. Just decide what's the best you can do with your life, and then try to live your life in that way. And having a heroic life, you respect yourself, and then you'll be happy. And I think that's the best you can do. And don't base your happiness on another person. They might abandon you, and if your happiness depends on them, you're going to be pretty sad. But if you spend most of your energy in pursuit of a good goal, then you're going to respect yourself and you'll be happy. And that goal could be, if you're a coach, to help your athletes, if you're a teacher, to help your student, if you're a parent, to help your kids, whatever it might be. Okay, for me, one of my goals is to try to make useful, helpful medical videos, teach people about Western civilization, try to write good books, try to be a good doctor, try to be a good father, boyfriend. Okay, those are some of my goals. All right, and I do the best I can. I wish I had more time. Okay, here at Walter Kempner's North Carolina Duke facility, he was really the great pioneer, the grandfather of nutrition therapy, and incredible results. He'd have all the people together. They'd come in. They'd have like a weigh-in in public, so they all see each other. They notice their progress. The heroes who lost over 100 pounds have their picture poster on the wall. Their blood pressures are written down. Everybody can see how everybody's doing. The food's out there. You can sit and talk with each other. Very good. Durham, North Carolina was a good place to walk. They get exercise too. At the beach, the fat people would go to the beach. They called it the whale watch. Okay, men who date fat women were called chubby chasers. Anyways, we won't go into all of that. So that's really kind of the summary of the book. There's the Spartan Vegan logo. Yes. Okay, here's the Spartan Vegan food pyramid, if you will. Lifestyle habits, starches, fruits, veggies, vitamin B12. You've heard me talk about that before. That's all you need to eat. McDougall, by the way, says eat 90% of your calories from starches, 5% from fruits, 5% from veggies. Only thing you need to supplement typically will be vitamin B12, methylcobalamin. I eat about 35% of fruits, and I found that good. I exercise a lot, though. A lot of older people don't exercise much, and eating the starches is just easier. It protects your teeth a bit, too. Okay, we're almost done. We're going to close out the book here. And, what's the benefit of it? Low-fat, low-sodium vegan diet. You're low in all the common Western diseases. You have a dramatically lowered risk of diabetes type 2, of hypertension. You also don't get type 1 if you avoid the dairy. You have markedly reduced risk of myocardial infarction, heart attack, stroke, impotence, cancer. You win at everything. Why wouldn't you want that? The SAD diet, standard American diet, as well as the typical Mediterranean diet, is not much better. You have markedly increased incidence of all these things. They tell you the Mediterranean diet is good. It's not good. It's high in fat, allows meat, allows oil, allows nuts, allows seeds, allows alcohol. About the only thing it forbids is, heavily processed food, but it's still a high-fat diet. The Indian diet has got too much fried food in it. I think that's the main thing that makes people sick. A little bit of ghee and yogurt, is a problem, but too much fried food is the big problem. Asian diet's actually quite healthy, except for the fact they tend to smoke like chimneys and put tons of sodium on their food. Okay, but just the white rice itself and the fruits and vegetables, for the most part, are a good thing. And people always ask me about soy. Well, they ate a little bit of local soy grown in their backyard or something. They didn't eat this modern processed stuff, and they didn't eat much of it. Soy is a bad food. I recommend you avoid it. Okay. Okay, because typical American gets himself in this vicious cycle of getting fatter and fatter. The fat tissue produces more aromatase enzyme, produces more estrogen, and then they get fatter and sicker, and their diabetes, they try to control it with a pill, and that doesn't work, and then they just get fatter and sicker, and then they end up a disaster. The diet nirvana pyramid, basically, this is just having fun. You start out at the very bottom of it is paleo, keto, carb, low carb for health hell for morons, okay? That's just a bunch of liars and trolls and chumps, okay? It's just to keep the ignorant proles, the peasants, fat and sick, so they'll keep on needing to buy pills and surgeries, and chumps them. Sad diet, is the same sort of thing, a disaster. You die sooner, fatter, sicker, stupider. Mediterranean diet's a pseudo-intellectual ignoramus, phony. Doctors who haven't studied nutrition pretend they know what they're talking about, and including the Harvard faculty, but the Harvard's fake, okay? Modern Harvard is not old-time Harvard. The modern Harvard nutrition program, School of Public Health, in my opinion, it's a joke. They're doing science, with a line through it. S paid for, and it's fake, and it sucks, and they're a disgrace, and they should be embarrassed. That's my opinion. Okay, lacto-ovo pesco-vegetarian diet. Some doctors go down that path. I was actually a lacto-vegetarian for about almost 20 years. And it was an improvement over before when I was eating a Mediterranean diet. But low-fat vegan I've been now about 7 years, and that's been much better. And then this is just steps you can go up, reaching the diet nirvana pyramid, getting rid of the processed food, getting rid of the sweets, getting rid of the caffeine, getting rid of the olive oil, no added sodium, no nuts, seeds, avocados. Okay, then you got full nirvana, full professor in nutritional health. And here's the striving up the mountain like Prometheus climbing Mount Olympus to steal fire for the mortals. It's called Sodok in Search of the Waters Forgetting by Jan Martin, a beautiful painting. I love it. There's striving, what it's all about, climbing one hill after another to get to the top. How does one climb out of Plato's cave? By educating themselves. Yes, you're sick, but you ain't dead. It's like the John Dryden quote, the English poet of the 1600s. I am wounded but not slain. I will lie a while and bleed a little, then rise to fight again. All right. And in the end, what do you want? To be like Adam and Eve, but keep your indoor heating and plumbing. Eat things that they could eat, things that grow outdoors. Simple, nothing processed. Get your sunshine. Enjoy your biophilia nature. Okay, I got a lot of videos on my YouTube channel. There's other good YouTube channels. You can learn about nutrition. Here's the School of Athens, which I love. It's sort of the syncretic. Everything goes together and works together. The unity of the ancient Greeks and their civilization, the Roman architecture, Christianity, and the modern world. Modern scientific method came out of Christianity. Here's my magic bathroom at my old house. This was my dream house. My wife considered this the disgusting pit in my bathroom, but you know what? Anybody who saw it loved it. This is what I use when I was studying for my boards again. But the point I showed this picture in the book was lots of people, I tell you, 90% of people I talk to tell me they don't have time to read. You got to go to the bathroom, put a book on the table, a little portable table. When you're doing a number 2, you read the big book. Have another little book on the other table here. You can read the same book or a different book, and you do read that one when you do a number 1. You'll get a lot of reading done. I read an entire book every week that way. I've been doing that for many years. Okay, this is just a little joke for my friends about my status going down and down. Okay, here is, I'd come home after work and I would walk around and read a book. So I get some reading in and I get some exercise. I used to do squats. I don't do squats anymore because I'm worried that the heavy weights might cause overstretching of the ascending thoracic aorta, elastic fibers, the Wind-Kessel effect, even though those build you up and make you strong. So I used to do them. I still exercise and lift weights, but I just don't do squats anymore. This is the famous story of when my kid asked me to help him with basketball, and I was working too much, so I built him an indoor basketball court. And this is at my old dream house. We had an indoor basketball court. My carpenter friend boarded up the walls. My wife went apeshit bananas. I'm just showing you ways to exercise. I used to, at my old dream house, had an indoor basketball court. Okay, it was magnificent. My wife went apeshit bananas and said, you're destroying the foundation of the house, lowering the property value. It's not a fucking gymnasium. Tomorrow I'm going looking for houses and you're going to pay for it. And that ended up being true, unfortunately. I stayed with her because, I didn't want to abandon the kids. The kids need to have a father around. Even though I was very sad, I should have stayed at my old house and divorced her. I would have been better off, but I was stupid. I did right by the kids, but wrong by myself. And in the long run, it's probably better to do right by the kids. But it would have been okay by the kids because they would have wanted to come over and visit me. Look how great this house is. You got a tennis wall for hitting tennis balls against it, playing basketball, a net to catch the tennis balls. I had a full court basketball. I had an in-ground pool. I had a nature center for animals, animal enclosures. We had chickens and geese and roosters and turtles and rabbits. It was great. The big yard, you could run around. Okay, Christ charged to Peter, thou art the rock upon which I shall build my church of nutrition. Okay, the keys to health heaven. St. Peter's walking down the path, and as he walks, the sick can stand and walk again and makes them healthy by teaching them the low-fat vegan diet. So anyways, I hope you found it helpful. That's the end of the book, Prevent and Reverse Obesity.